Hello, it's me, Jessica Viba. Hold on, don't know why that's there. Decided to do some more Genshin videos because my good buddy James suggested that I should, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I should. So I am. So today, rather than doing a full account review, I wanted to showcase all the characters I've wailed for and why I wailed for them. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first character I ever wailed for was actually Hutao. The main reason for this, it was on his first banner. The main reason for this was because I liked his design and I was lacking a main DPS. And I just wanted to have that kind of cool feeling of having like a character with loads of constellations, because it was very kind of early into the game. Like I said, his first banner. So I don't remember what version it was. It was like 1 point something, 1.4 I think. I just wanted to have the feeling of having like a fully decked out character, and I was waiting for that character that I really liked to come out, and that was Hutao. So I got him to C5 when his first banner came out, and now he is at C6 because of his recent rerun. I wanted to complete it, and now he is fully at C6. I also wished for the weapon as well, and I got it to refinement rank 3. I do believe I have another one here, but I put that on Yunjin in case there's another like polearm character that I want to use in the future. So I have 2 of those, and I didn't want to really R5 it because I don't really care that much about this weapon's passives. But I was like, oh, I might as well refine Hutao's main weapon, so whatever. So I refined his weapon to 3 there. I finally got him to C6 this year when his banner came back for a rerun, and I was pretty happy because it kind of felt like a full circle moment, getting my first ever constellation like character to a full constellation. So this is the first character I ever had at a high constellation, which was C5. The next character I wailed for, which was pretty recently, was Mr. Big Cock Zhongli. The reason why I did this was kind of as a sentimental thing for me, because he was my first ever 5-star in the game, and I just wanted to make him that little bit stronger. I quite liked some of his constellations. The one I really wanted was this one, which increases the level of his shield, just because I really want that unbreakable shield. I thought this Constellation 6 was interesting, the fact that he can heal at C6. I can showcase his healing as well, but to be honest, the healing isn't that great, but it's a nice little thing to have. And, you know, it's Constellation 2 because it provides good support for co-op, so usually when I play with all my friends and they need a little bit of extra backup, I usually bring Zhongli because they can provide him with his shield. And, you know, some pretty decent constellations. I don't think they're the best constellations in the game, but I just wanted to C6 him as a sentimental thing, just because he was my first character that I ever kind of got, because I started playing when his first banner was out. So I kind of just wanted to have that full circle.
I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Anyways, the next character I wailed for was Childe on his second rerun banner. I didn't get him in the first one, so I wailed for Childe in his second rerun banner. Honestly, just because he's sexy and fit, and I needed a second DPS, because at the time the only other DPS I had was Hutao. I wasn't using any other characters as DPS, so I wanted a second DPS for like Spiral Abyss or just for like other team synergies, that kind of thing. So I got Childe to be kind of a secondary DPS when I'm not using Hutao. On his first, okay, this is going to confuse me. On his first rerun banner, I originally got him up to C4. That's where I wanted him to be. But then on his second rerun banner, I'm like, I might as well go for 2 other constellations. So I just got a bit greedy there. I quite like his C6 constellation. Is it the best constellation? I think it is definitely useful, especially in Spiral Abyss, because the countdowns for Childe is his worst enemy. So I quite like Childe C6, and it's very useful. I'm a bit indifferent about some of them, like I don't really know, but altogether, like with all of his constellations added together, it makes him pretty useful as a DPS. So I'm pretty pleased with my tortellini. Oh my god, my bird is trying to get into my room. One moment. I wailed on Raiden Shogun, not really because I intended to, but because like when I pulled for her, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get her once. I don't really need her constellations because I didn't do that much research. And then when I looked at her constellations, I was like, hold on, one of these looks juicy, and that was this C2, which while using the Muso no Hito Tachi, I'm awful at pronunciation, sorry, it applies this art that makes the Raiden Shogun's attacks ignore 60% of the opponent's defense. And I was like, hold on, that sounds pretty sick, it'll make her really strong. So I'm like, okay, let me go for C2. And just while I was rolling for C2, I ended up getting 2 more, and I didn't even like spend that much money. Like, I only spent the money for C2, but I ended up getting her C4 as well, just out of sheer luck. I don't really remember how many pulls it was, but I was pretty happy. I also got her weapon as well, which I actually ended up getting first time. I didn't have a nightmare with Wolf's Gravestone or anything like that, so I'm pretty pleased with my Raiden Shogun. A character I also kind of wailed for was Toma. I wanted to get him to C6 because I also find him sexy. Usually he uses a Staff of Homer. I don't know why that's at Xiangling. I give him a Staff of Homer there. And I got him on Hutao's first rerun actually. I got him on Hutao's first rerun. I thought he was sexy and I wanted him, and that's basically the only reason why I wailed for him, so I got his C6. I actually need to build him up again because I swapped some of his artifacts out, but overall I use him quite a bit most of the time with Hutao or whoever, but I wailed on him purely because of the fact that I liked his character and found him sexy, so I got him to C6 and got him a Staff of Homer. Most people may know if they follow me from Twitter that I wailed so hard on Arataki Ito. I got his weapon to refinement rank 5 and I got his constellation to 6. Literally kind of a shallow reason, just because I think he's sexy as well. And I also wanted a DPS that went well with Goru, because Goru is one of my all-time favorite characters. He's my son and I love and protect him. So I really wanted like a Geo DPS just so I could use Goru more as well. Oh, there he goes. Hi, King. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, I wanted more DPSs because I do have a lot of supports. When I count how many DPSs I have, it would be Xiao, Child, and now Arataki Ito. But aside from that, those are kind of my 3 main DPSs. So I just kind of wanted to have a little bit more of a, like, you know, more DPSs, that kind of thing. So I got his refinement rank 5 weapon because I thought it was a really good weapon. Like, hello, this is definitely the best 5-star weapon in the game just because of how well it is for him. And I got some decent artifacts, got some good constellations. I really like his constellation 6. And the thing is, for me, when I'm like wailing for characters, you know, for their constellations, I always check their like constellations first, because to be honest, with Toma, I had a few other motives for wailing for him because it was also on the Hutao banner, so I wanted a few of her constellations, so I didn't really care to look into Toma's constellations. But when it's a 5-star character, since there's like a weird chance and all of that, I wanted to properly look into his constellations, and I liked every single one of them. All of them were useful enough, so I really liked his C6, which adds a 70% crit damage when he goes into his ultimate, and overall he's a powerhouse. He's definitely my strongest DPS now for sure, and his cow is cute, so you know. I also wailed for Goru because I think he's baby. I got his C6 because I wanted to have him as the ultimate support for my Ito. I just wanted them to work perfectly together. I haven't got the best weapon out for him right now. I'm just holding this refinement rank 3 Skyward Harp. Like, I don't know, like, I don't really know, because like energy recharge is one thing, but I kind of wanted him to do a little bit more damage. I'm not really sure what I want properly out of him, but I still wanted him to do some damage to hold his own. So I gave him the Skyward Harp for now, because why not? Why not? So here we have Miss Hutao, who is my fave girl in Genshin with her little spooky ghost. I got her to Constellation 3. Yep, 3. Honestly, I would love to do Hutao C6, but at the time, I just didn't think I needed it, because the main thing I kind of wanted was the C2, which increases the Blood Blossom damage by an amount to Hutao's HP. So I thought that was good enough, to be honest. I think Hutao C6 is probably really good as well, but I just wasn't in the mood to kind of go all out on Hutao's banner because I was preparing for other stuff as well that month. The reason why I didn't fully C6 her was because I also wanted to get a few Staff of Homers, which I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 Staff of Homers, so that's why I didn't want to go all out on Hutao's constellations, because I also wanted to bear in mind that I was getting a few Staff of Homers as well. I got 1 for Miss Hutao because it's her main weapon. I also got 1 for Zhongli because his shield scales off of HP, and I got 1 for Toma as well because of the whole shield scaling off HP as well. Because I knew what the weapon banner was like as well, even with the accumulated fate points, I knew that I was probably gonna miss the 50-50 a few times, so I got this weapon for Venti. It's refinement rank 3 right now. It increases elemental mastery by 90, and then 150. I don't really know what this bow fully does, but I use it for Venti and I gave it refinement rank 3 because who else is going to use it? I know it's for Venti, so I gave it to Venti. Just on the topic of Venti, I didn't really will for him that much. I only got him at C1, and that was kind of an accident. You know when you just randomly wish and then a 5-star just appears and you're like, oh cool, thanks Mihayo. That's basically what happened. The other thing that I have to say as well is that most of my 4-stars, apart from like the ones on the standard banner, are all C6, apart from like, I think Amber's actually C6 now because I was doing a bit of wishing on it. I think Amber's C6 now, but Lisa, Kaya, I think they're on like C4, C5-ish. Meanwhile, all of my other 4-stars apart from Yunjin are C6. So I guess you can say I willed for all the 4-star characters as well, but like, I don't know, because I didn't really set out to get those characters. I don't really think it counts, but I guess I unintentionally did. And speaking of unintentionally willing for 5-star characters, we also have the standard characters as well. I also got Miss Kuching to C6, not because I want to, but because sometimes I have bad luck. So she is at C6. I've actually been building her currently because I wanted to get her to friendship level 10, so I actually put my Xiao build on her. That's why my Xiao has no artifacts right now. So she currently is using my Xiao's artifacts, save from 1, which is an electro damage bonus 1. So I have unintentionally willed for C6 Kuching, but I'm not too mad about it because she is a decent character to use out in the field. Like when I've been using her to get her to friendship level 9, I haven't been not enjoying her experience. Her damage could be better, but that's because I haven't built her for her. I'm using someone else's artifacts, but it's whatever. Another character I have unintentionally willed for is Mr. Diluc with his ugly model. He doesn't have any artifacts on him right now, but I did use him for a little bit. He used to be a DPS of mine before I kind of got Child and Ito because I wanted that secondary DPS, but now I kind of have Child and Ito. I don't really use him anymore. I'm not that much of a fan of his playstyle, so he's kind of on the benches, but he is also at C6 because of bad luck. So I have Mona, Miss Pretty Little Mona, also at C6, which I actually am not too fussed about. I really like Mona. She's a great support and I use her all the time in main battles, so I'm not mad about my Mona being at C6 because she is definitely one of the standard characters I use the most, so not too mad about it. I know I've got Jean a few times, which I did used to use to get her to friendship level 10, but then when I got her at friendship level 10, I kind of stopped using her. I think she's, yep, C5. So yeah, all of this kind of standard characters were all unintentionally willed for out of bad luck sometimes. But to be honest, Jean is a pretty solid character, and I would use her more if I didn't use Kokomi so much, who is my main healer. So it's just like, I guess it's just shit that Kokomi's better, I guess. There are other characters that I guess you could say I've semi-willed for because I've like missed the pity first time and I'm just like, oh, let me just get them and spend another fucking £1,000,000. So like for Yoimiya, I got Kuching first instead of her. For, I think I got Chi-Chi first for Shunha, which was actually a first time for me because out of the entire year and a bit that I've been playing Genshin, I never got a Chi-Chi constellation ever. I always saw the memes of like, oh no, I lost my 50-50 to Chi-Chi. That never happened to me before until recently, and then I lost my 50-50 to Chi-Chi, and now I was like, okay, well, I don't really care that much because it's the first time, so I guess I could say I semi-willed for Shunha. I'm trying to think of other characters that I lost the 50-50 to. I actually did lose the 50-50 to Arataki Ito in the first, but I got Diluc first, but then I ended up getting super lucky with my Arataki Ito pulls, which I've never actually uploaded online, but I'll show a little clip right now when I was wailing for him. Oh, I did lose the 50-50 on Ganyu to Jean, I believe. So I got my Jean. I got Kokomi first try. I got Klee in a double 5-star pull, so can't be mad about that. Albedo I got on a first try as well. Eula I got first try. Ayaka I got first try as well. And that's all the 5-stars, yeah. So yeah, those were all the characters I've C6'd or wailed on and why. And I thought, okay, it might as well be fun to show you guys the characters I I've wailed on so much. And they also, the thing is, I know just because you wail on a character, it doesn't make their numbers higher, okay? Before y'all come for me, right? I know that it's not going to make their numbers higher. I just want that increased playstyle, okay? So, before your attacking Ito damage could be higher. I'm like, yeah, no shit, of course it can, but I'm playing it my way and I don't care. I'll have my funeral parlor buddies in the first lineup for the characters I've wailed for. So, let me just get into that. So, the reason why I pulled for Ganyu was actually to support my Hutao because I wanted to kind of, like, what is it, like, prioritize? Or, like, what is that word when you, like, want to take advantage of something? I don't know, but you guys will probably know what I mean. I wanted to kind of, like, take advantage of the melt reaction. So, there's a guy over here. Let's just get his ass. So we got the shield, I got my shield here, which is pretty strong to be honest. I've never had much of an issue of it breaking until like the actual event like slows down. I use Ganyu's ult, and then I just, oh, that's relevant. Also, I have no idea how to build Hutao, but I got a good 49k hit there, so I can't complain too much. I like using her charged attacks and her ult as well.
Let me try my
there. Okay, there he goes. I also really like Ganyu. I didn't pull for Ganyu on her first banner because I thought she was ugly, and I still don't really like her design that much, but 100k there, didn't use Bennett's buffs, so I can't complain too much. So that's my Hutao showcase. Like I said, it's a bit harder to kind of showcase a Zhongli because he's mainly a shield support. So I see him being useful when his shield doesn't break and a burst support. While I'm looking for someone to fight, I want to tell you guys a really funny story. So when I was first into Genshin and I first got the game and Zhongli was kind of my only character, y'all probably know how annoying it is to farm core lapis. So what I did was I memorized like the entire like locations of like core lapis. Like, I think there's like 64 locations. I memorized like all 64 locations for core lapis, and then I would go into like lower level players' worlds and be like, hi, do you need help? And then they'll be like, oh yeah. So I'm like, okay, which boss do you want to do? And they'll say this one. I'm like, okay, let me just pick which character I want to play. And in the time that they would like teleport to the boss that they wanted to do, I would have already nicked like half of their core lapis. I would zoom across their maps, nicking the core lapis, and I would do it until they figured out what I was doing, and they just kicked me out. And I just remember doing this all the time because I was just that desperate to ascend Zhongli, and I was just not patient to wait like a few days, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna steal people's shit. Like, that was a really shitty thing for me to do. I'm thinking back on it, but it's kind of funny. To be honest, my Goro and my Ito and my Zhongli are probably my proudest builds just because I feel like I've built them so well. Like, I actually feel like, okay, I've built this character well. They all really like resonate very well off each other.
This opportunity is
so let me just do this without any kind of, oh shit, maybe I should get hit first. Over here makes my Zhongli's burst stronger. 100k, don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, and kind of like I said, Zhongli's shield is like healing there as well. So, which is pretty cool. Got a 36k from his cow. Where the fuck did this bitch go? Hello?
All you do is run.
Alright. This is the second time I'm doing this because I showcased a really good Zhongli and then I forgot to kind of do Ito and Goro, so it's gone. Okay, where's this bitch gone? Really? You want... Okay. Again? Want to do one more time? No? Okay. And then I'm gonna do Zhongli's shield. And then... So, you know, I'm pretty pleased that his fucking cow can do more than fucking Zhongli's ult most of the time, which is quite a useful thing to have. So, I'm pretty pleased with my Arataki Ito. Very pleased, actually. Very, very happy with what I can do with him. Showcase Miss Shogun. If I can find where the fuck to go. So, in this kind of context, I'm just using Tortellini as a support to build her resolve. But let's get into it. I'm gonna wait for this bitch to launch. Hold on. Because every time I do this, it fucking launches up in the air before I can... Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so I usually then...
Fate is upon you.
Oh wait, her quest isn't even ready.
There is no escape.
I guess I'll do tortellini.
This is getting interesting.
100k, not bad. Alright, so we can do this. And then Shogun. 196k, so, you know, pretty pleased with the results there. And then lastly we have my baby Xiao. I kind of just put him with Zhongli
What
and
shall
Bennett.
we do?
I guess we can put Mona in there as well for extra damage though. And then what we have to do now is give him his artifacts back because he has none. Alright, we got my Xiao built. To be honest, I find Xiao's damage good even without buffs, so I'm not too fussed about using buffs, but it's always just fun using buffs anyways, isn't it?
Order guide.
Okay, so I guess we will...
Decided by destiny.
And then... Oh, I didn't even see what the fucking number was. But yeah, the other thing you can do is as well with his ult, it actually gets like a thingy of these back as well. But since I'm not hitting any enemies right now, it's not like getting any of his charges back for his E. But I don't know what that hit was. But yeah, to be honest, those are all my DPSs that I've willed for. I have so many characters that I've unintentionally willed for, like 4-star characters that I use so often now, like Chongyun, use him all the time, Xingqiu. I've started using Yanfei because I wanted to build her friendship. I got Ningguang as well, which I got C6. There are so many characters that I unintentionally got to C6 that I quite like using, like Sucrose as well. So it's always just nice to have little hidden gems there as well. But those are all the characters I properly willed for and why I willed for them. Hope you guys enjoyed my little showcases. And to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend whaling unless you actually have a disposable income like I do. The job that I currently have right now, which is why I don't really make YouTube videos anymore, pays me an hourly wage plus commission, which basically means every sale that I get on the job, I get part of that. So I basically get like a bonus every month, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't really recommend whaling unless you have a disposable income. If you're fucking 16, 17, if you're still in school, don't spend your money on Genshin Impact, okay? Just don't. This is coming from someone who does, okay? Only do it if you're in a comfortable life, because there's better things to spend your money on, if you know what I mean, okay? So yeah, that is my Genshin showcase for my most willed for characters. If you guys want to see any more Genshin content, let me know. Then I'm gonna go now. Bye!